Alright guys, so out here under the hood, I wanted to show you that you can actually, without taking the wheel and the inside of the fender off, you can change your high beams. So your high beams are right here, and you can see I've already changed them. And they look good. I can't wait to show them to you when it gets dark. So that bulb is actually going to be this bulb right back here. It's hard to see, but it's down in here, and you can get to it if you just kind of wiggle your hand down through this way. You can take it out, and you can see here I've already installed it. And I've got this piece here, your little LED driver. You can see it down there. Same thing on the other side. It was actually easier to get to over here because all you have to do is take your coolant reservoir that's right here, and you can just lift this up. It has a slot right here that slides down on, so you just pull this straight up and you can set it to the side, and your bulb's right behind that. And you can see there's my other drivers right down here. And same thing on this side, guys. You can get your hand in here and get right to it. Now we're going to do the low beams. So to do that, you can see here, got it jacked up. You've got to pull the wheels off, and you've got these pins that pop in, these little tabs here. You just take a little flathead screwdriver, you pop these out. Looks like we got 1, 2, looks like there's 3, 4, 5, 6. So it just depends, guys. We probably don't have to take all of them off, but just enough right up here just to get this out of the way so that we can get to this bulb, because it's not hard. Once we get to it, you can see it's right here. So I mean, you're going right there, guys. Not tough. But we'll go ahead and get started with that. So whenever you jack the vehicle up, there's a good jacking point right up under here on this Honda, right there. Good solid piece of frame you can jack from, and always make sure you throw some jack stands under it, guys. And you got 5 lugs here, so we'll go ahead and pull these off, but just make sure it's safe. Pull your e-brake up. You can shock the back wheels if you want, but just make sure it's safe before you pull the wheel off. And guys, so you can see here I got a 19mm impact socket. We're going to throw the old thunder gun on and go to town. Pull this off. Alright, so I've popped, you can see here, guys, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and then the third one down here. Popped it off, right there, actually, right there. You can see here, pull this back. We got access to the high beam. There's also these small, if you look right up top, there's a light, and if yours is burnt out, you don't even know it's there. See, I didn't even know mine was there, but it's right in here. It's just a corner marker light. This one was on, and when I went to the other side, I didn't see that light. So you have a corner marker light here, and if you see my LED video where I installed all the LED lights in the car, it's a number 168, the small bulb. So I actually have a 14-piece kit, so I've got a couple extra, and I'm going to replace those. These are just corner marker lights. They don't blink or anything, so you don't have to worry about putting a load resistor on and having your lights flicker and flash and stuff if you don't do that. So real simple. We'll just put this in. This light just goes on and off. So I'm going to go ahead and change that also. Alright guys, so if you want to change this bulb, all you do is turn this housing a quarter of a turn counterclockwise and pop it out. And if you have an LED to change it, or if you're just replacing it normally, you just go ahead and pop a new bulb in and just pull it out and pop it in. So that's what it'll look like with a nice LED in case you want to put one in there. Alright guys, so here we have the bulbs. You can see here you got your LED drivers. These are your 9006, which is your low beams. Check those things out, guys. Pretty nice looking. Super bright LEDs there. You got your fan here on the back. You got your drivers, your connectors. Everything looks pretty good. Lightening Dark. You can see here you got some paperwork that comes with it. It just goes through some of like the specs and stuff. They got a 5,000 hour life on them and a 7,000 RPM fan with 34 fins with aluminum, so it helps cool. So infinite lighting, nucleus LED headlight kit. Pretty cool, guys. Like I said, I've already got the high beam installed, which is also the DRL, the daytime running lights. So, and they look pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead now and pop this one in. I do have some zip ties out here just in case, just for where this one is, I may have to zip tie that driver up there so it's not banging around, but we'll see how it goes. And for this bulb, guys, I'm going to show you all I did. You can see it's turn. You just turn it a quarter of a turn counterclockwise, and then you can just pull it back and it'll come out of that housing. So we'll go ahead and do that. And here's your headlight bulb out. So this is what your bulb looks like, your stock, your standard halogen bulb here. You can see on this connector, guys, it's real simple. The way you take it off, you can see this tab back here on the back. You press that down, you can see it moves. See how it lifts up right there on the front? When you press that, you just push that down and just pull straight out, and your headlight will come out. Alright guys, so we got it plugged in. I want to go ahead and tell you, on this car, you really have to line it up just right and put a lot of pressure when you're pushing in and turn that thing, you know, that quarter of a turn clockwise to tighten it. You have to put a lot of pressure on it. And I kind of do that and then come up here and just kind of watch the bulb in the housing. So right now the way it goes in, it's vertical, straight up and down. So we'll go ahead, before you put everything back on, you know, you have it plugged in, go ahead and turn them on, make sure they work before you put this fender and the wheel and everything back on. So we're going to do that real quick. We got power, lights on. The frame right here, you can see your driver and stuff. I just kind of zip tied those wires together so it wasn't so loose. But you can see they sit and they rest right here. So there's really nothing to tie them to up here inside this fender well. And when you put this shield back on, they're going to stay inside this area, so they aren't going to go far. If you wanted to be real particular, you could take some 3M double-sided tape and stick this, you know, on the back of the driver and stick it here. But you know, the thing about these LEDs is the drivers are so small and everything's lightweight. It's not like a HID kit where you have the big ballast that you have to worry about. So that's a plus side to the LED. 1, 2, 3, we pop those pins back in. Go ahead and put your tire and your wheel back on. It's something I always do, because you're going to be taking off again in the future if they have the car for any length of time. Just put some NICs on there. So just put that on these threads here before you put your nuts back on. And go ahead and repeat the process. Same thing on the other side. Alright guys, so we're out here in the car, nighttime as you can tell. So what we have going on right now, these are just the DRLs, or the daytime running lights. So it's just the high beams with the power cut. And what I found with these headlights is the bulb, when the power's cut like this, it's not drawing enough electricity, I guess, to power on the fans. So the fans don't run when it's just the daytime running lights. But as you can see, I mean, this is still a good amount of light output. This isn't even the low beams. So out here in the driveway, I wanted to show y'all real quick. So and what's cool about this Honda, and I don't know, you know, if y'all's cars are different, but so if I flip it like that, you flip it one notch forward and it turns on your tail lights and it kind of dims the lights, but your DRLs are still on. You turn it again here, these are my low beams. So this is, like I said, this is the low beam bulb. Hang on, my window's starting to fog up out here, so because it's hot. So hang on a second. There we go, that's better. And what I wanted to show y'all is the high beams. So the high beams are very, very bright. And these lights combined, you know, really give a good amount of light output. As you can see, I'm pretty pleased with them. And going down the highway, they illuminate very, very well. So like I said, low beams, you hit the high beams and they really kind of light up the night. So I'll give y'all like a shot of kind of what they look like. About 6K is the color. So you can see that's just the low beams here. Like I said, about 6K. And I'm pretty happy with them, guys. They look pretty good. I think they light up fairly well. So we'll show y'all the high beams. Cut the high beams on. You see we got even more light output out here. So there it is with the high beams. Like I said, about 6K. There's not really much of a bluish tint to them at all. Look pretty good. So cut them down all the way off like that. Daytime running lights. And if you know you were to flash your high beams, there's your high beam flash there. And that flickering, the lights don't flicker. It just has something to do with the camera that you may see if you see flickering. But anyway, guys, this video wraps it up. I hope y'all like watching and you found it informative. And if you've been looking for some LED headlight bulbs, so far these are pretty good, so I'd have to recommend them. So there you go with just your DRLs. So daytime running lights, if your car has them, but it just kind of cuts the power. You can see the bulb right there. So anyway, guys, and they aren't flashing. I know it looks like it's flashing, but they are not flashing. Pretty interesting looking. But anyway, guys, I hope that hope this video's helped you out. I'm Kevin Reese. Thank y'all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.